Here we are. Game after Colorado.
Oh, yeah. Colorado was a fun game.
Are we drinking that Roulade? Is that what we're doing now? We're drinking that Roulade?
No? No, I think they're taking Rayola shots right now. I think they're taking Rayola shots. As soon as those videos start coming about, Rayola looking like freaking Patrick Mahomes, it started blowing us up a little bit, but Rule is the big reason for all of it. So I think they're just taking Rayola shots yet. But I'm drinking the Rule Kool-Aid. I like it.
I tell you what, I'm so glad he put up this, not necessarily the numbers, because it wasn't just the numbers. It was the poise. From the very first snap that he took was the poise that guy, he's 19 years old. He's a true freshman. And everybody was dogging him. And he went 23 of 30 for 185 yards and a touchdown. No
I didn't
turnovers.
hear nobody dogging him. I guess nobody on my side was dogging him.
And shout out to the offensive line, man. The offensive line they're dogs, man.
Legit. He's got hours. He's got minutes back there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a lot of time back there.
He's back there writing novels and shit, and Colorado, they couldn't do nothing. But bringing it back down to the turf, if you will. We got to test this coming weekend.
Yeah, we do. And
there are no
some people saying that we're going to lose it.
I think some people need to stop smoking crack. But
yeah,
I don't see us losing at all. But
I don't see us losing, but I don't understand. I thought CU was going to be better, and then people are like, no. And then now they're like, Northern Iowa is going to be good. I'm like, huh? I was like, maybe I don't pay close enough attention. Maybe I need to pay more attention to all the other teams. But there's 100,000 teams, and I'm trying to deal with 32 in the NFL.
So, Northern Iowa is ranked 21st in the country in the FCS.
Oh, so they're ranked above us.
FCS. It's a football subdivision. So it's a step below.
Subdivision?
It's a subdivision.
For the University of Nebraska, Lincoln. We are not a subdivision of anybody's division in nowhere.
That's right.
Don't subdivision us.
So they're almost like a D2 school in a way. But I think attrition, our playmakers, our poised quarterback, we could play every single running back we got this week. A defensive line, they're just dogs, man. I think we dominate this game.
The Colorado game was really good. We did a lot of great things, but everybody's hang-up was our second half. Why did we coast her?
And I tried to look up something on that, and I couldn't find why they went to coast in the second half.
My only thing is when I watched the second half, it looked like we only did what we had to do. Like we were going to see what they were going to do, and they did nothing. So we did what we had to do to just shut them down and just stay with nothing. If your defense isn't beating if your defense is not beating our offense, why even really go for it for your defense to get ahead? Let our defense just shut you guys down, and you score one score, and it's over. So that's kind of what I was thinking. It is really coasting, a lot of coasting. But at the same time, why? Why go out there and blow them up?
We would have did a lot more, and that score would have been
Rule's been there before. A lot of coaches have, but Matt Rule's been there before, trying to do too much and losing it. Go ahead, Albie.
We'd have done a lot more, and that score would have been a lot freaking different. So I think that score could have been between 50 and 60 to 10. But the penalties, and not just on us, but on them too, in that second half was I couldn't believe the freaking penalty.
Very sloppy.
But why do you need to put 50, 60 up? I understand the sloppiness, penalties and stuff, but why do you need to put that much up?
I think the score was good like it was.
I thought it was too. That's what I was saying. I understand where they coasted. If your offense can't beat our defense, we're just going to push you on the ground every time you come back out, and then you're going to kick it off, and our offense is going to stay vanilla, and we're just going to get through the rest of this game, and nobody gets hurt, nobody tries hard. That's what the Pro Bowl is.
I mean, those guys were turning it over to our third team.
Exactly why
they had a fumble. It was a fumble. Yeah. But, I see why they did what they did. I just don't think you can do that in Big Ten football.
No.
You can do that preseason against Colorado, but they're not doing shit against you. But you do that in the Big Ten, and you're asking for trouble.
I mean,
you're asking for trouble.
It's coming up, and it's coming up quick. We're going to be playing some talented teams. Not going to be the UTEP, the Colorado, the Northern Iowa. It's not going to be teams like that. We're going to play some Big Ten teams that are looking pretty damn good. You're going to have to get
your repetitions. That's what this is. We get our repetitions.
Some injuries that happened on the field. Was it Shiloh?
Yep, broken forearm.
Yeah, broken forearm.
He had surgery on Monday.
He broke that arm on that play with Dowdell, broke it up for I think it was 15 yards up the middle. And Dowdell, he went at him. And that's when it got broke. He said when he lifted his arm, he couldn't move his wrist.
Our running game is strong. And I don't mean that we have strong play calls. I mean, our running game is strong. We have strong little sons of bitches right there that are doing little sons of bitches things and running through people, breaking forearms. I like it.
I love it. I love it.
I love our aggressiveness.
And I like that Dowdell. I could be wrong, but does he have shades of like a Lawrence Phillips?
He's not as big as Phillips.
If he keeps his hands to himself, he'll be okay. But he can run like that.
17 carries for 74 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Now that by itself, if you don't think that the offensive part of the ball is not better than the past
10 years?
Yeah.
20 years?
Dude.
Just 16 was the last time we were decent?
Just that guy by himself.
Who?
And then you get Dowdell.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I like Raiola, but my favorite player right now, the player that's impressed me the most is Dowdell.
The running back. The running game. And what opens up the pass game is the running game. It's when you go for a run, a RPO, and then all of a sudden you just come up huge on the flip side to our wide receivers. Or you think we're going huge on the flip side because we did it the last 3 downs. Now, boom, there goes Dowdell right down the middle, and don't get in the way because that little Volkswagen's going to break your arm.
And I mean, if it's not Dowdell that's running the ball, Ramir Johnson's running the ball.
Gabe Ervin.
Johnson's got those huge guns, dude. He's got that big giant build. Who was that running back in the NFL that had just massive guns? I remember who he was, but he just
George, Eddie George had some pretty.
Eddie George was a big SOB.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he
Lawrence
just had
Phillips. Lawrence Phillips wasn't a little bitty dude.
Oh no, he wasn't. Well, he was a little dude with a big dude attitude.
Mm-hmm.
That was.
He was. I think he was 225, 6'1", 225.
What is that?
Did I ever tell you that Lawrence Phillips stalked me? No, he really didn't. But it was kind of weird. It was weird because I lived in Nebraska, and then I joined the military, and Lawrence Phillips just got in trouble for beating up his Nebraska girlfriend. And then years later, I'm in the military, and I live in San Diego, and former Nebraska national championship running back Lawrence Phillip arrested at San Diego State University for assaulting a woman at a party. And I'm like, are you fucking following me? I'm in Nebraska and you're beating up your girlfriend at the university. Now I'm here in San Diego and you're beating up some other girl at some other university. It's like, dude, hey, come on, man. It's just too close for comfort.
Tone it down a little bit. Yeah. On the field, Lawrence Phillips was a man-child. Off the field, he was just a child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's the epitome of some of those guys you shouldn't give money to. Like those NIL guys, man, we were talking about that before, giving money to the wrong guys. And then he's one of them that you shouldn't give that much money to. And so was that Raiders guy who got drafted. They gave him all that goddamn money, and he went 175 mile an hour through Vegas and killed some young girl and all this shit. And it's like, dude, these dudes don't deserve that money. Let's evaluate the people who deserve that money. And if they deserve it, but they can't handle it, put it in a handler's hands.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make this smarter. Let's not make some Joe Blow with a big old giant pile of junk in his pants who could run real hard, give him $7 million. No.
Yeah.
But the Huskers are going to whoop Iowa, Northern Iowa. They are.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be similar to UTEP.
A lot of people say we're going to lose it.
I think a lot of people smoke crack. They need to have some Roulade.
I don't think people that are smoking crack are that high up.
I don't really think they think we're going to lose it. And here's what I think. I think we're going to win, of course. But we need to not go in that game thinking that they're just a pushover.
Why would we? I don't think that's the rule. I don't think that's the way
people are
roll.
saying. People are saying,
no.
It's got to our heads, and you know how people talk.
Yeah, that's I believe what people say, but I believe in that rule is not that guy.
No,
well, I agree with
I mean, you watch what he did with Colorado. He scouted Colorado all the way back to last year. Colorado played a base man defense with a free safety deep 83% of the time. And we exploited the shit out of it.
Yep.
You think
Oregon
and people
probably
that
did that first, didn't they?
I have no idea.
Because Oregon beat the brakes off when they showed up there last year.
Oh, I'm sure they did. Yeah. But a coach that does that kind of research on teams, I don't see how people don't see that. We're 30-point favorites over Northern Iowa.
Oh, really? Is that high?
It's that high.
Oh, damn. Well, I feel like we're going to win it anyways. I think Matt Rule is the real deal. I think he's kind of he's our Belichick. I won't call him Belichick. Slow it down. But he's our Belichick. He's a smart mind. He's a smart guy. He knows how to get his players to do their job. Do your job. You know what? I hope he made them watch Do Your Job for 30 for 30 with Bill Belichick. That's a fucking amazing documentary. Shout out to Belichick, ESPN. If you ever get a chance to watch that. Do Your Job. That is so awesome. If anybody ever wants to be a coach, watch Do Your Job. He is great in that. It exposes Bill Belichick for what's really under that hoodie and that mean face.
Well, he had a camp this past summer here. Belichick did with the coaching staff.
Good.
And one thing that I took from that is Rule said he's probably forgot more than I'll ever know about college football in general. He goes, his mind is like amazing. And I hope Rule takes what he's learned and just, I hope he doesn't leave. At this point, I think he's very good for Nebraska football.
Oh, I think he's perfect.
Definitely. His mannerisms, the way he carries himself, the way he builds character of the boys, doing it the right way. I love it.
Saying a lot and backing all of it up. And listening to these players talk about Rule, they love this man. Hey,
Yeah.
see how many of my guys are in the portal? None, because they're all here to play. That's where my guys are, here to play. None of them in the portal.
We had 4 enter the portal, but they were all 3rd and 4th stringers.
Trying to find a better job, which is fair.
And did they? I hope they did.
Yeah, I hope they do too.
Yeah.
But then you get in trouble for trying to find another job and going in the portal like Iowa. Iowa got, fuck Iowa, think whatever you want, but I'm just saying on simple grounds of rules. So this dude leaves his big joint to try and find another joint. You expect him just to swim in the pool until a shark walks up and wants to pick him up. That's kind of messed up. Of course you're going to have a reason to go. Randy, if you ever leave Creek Carrier, are you going to have another job?
Absolutely.
Okay, but exactly my point. If I ever leave, I'm going to have another job before I leave. So I'm not going to just drop into the Indeed zone and just chill around until somebody picks me up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's saying the same thing about the transfer portal where you're getting penalized for talking to players.
Yeah.
It's all about the money anyways. Look at Bama, Ohio State, and all these other big dicks.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the same. Okay, I'm getting
big money school. They're taking the tradition out of college football, and I hate that. But I digress. I could talk about that for hours and how much it bugs me, but we're here to talk Husker football in general.
Yeah.
Big upset this weekend. Notre Dame losing to, Northern Illinois?
Oh, my homie says overranked all the time. Notre Dame's always overranked.
Always.
Except a few years ago, they had that one little dude who was a pretty good quarterback. But they're always overranked.
They're freaking butthurt.
They got, Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois got paid $1.4 million for winning that game.
Good for Northern Illinois. They need all that shit.
For a small D2, I call it D2, FCS team, that's a lot of money. Because FCS don't have NIL, to my knowledge.
Big money.
Yeah. So good on them, man. Hey, awesome. Great job, guys. And I don't like Notre Dame anyway. I hate Notre Dame.
I really don't. I don't mind them. They're always the Notre Dame. They're always like the freelancer. They're like the freelance team of all of NCAA. They just float around and figure out who wants to play them and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd rather say go Navy than go Notre Dame.
I always call them they're in a class by themselves.
They are. They're in their own class. Special ed. Actually, we're an Ivy League team. Oh, okay. My bad. I didn't see your mom's bumper sticker that says my kid's smarter than yours. My bad.
I never liked Notre Dame from when I read Jason Peters' book, Hero of the Underground. If you never read it, fantastic book. It's more than just football.
Was that the guy who was shooting that promo?
No, that's Will Compton.
No, the big guy with the bald head a long time ago shooting that promo.
That was his brother, Christian.
Yeah. I'll keep my words to myself what I thought about him, because I do like him.
He's a psycho.
And watching the video, it was pretty funny.
Yeah. He was a psycho, but he was our psycho.
Him and his brother.
Oh, Jason was a psycho too.
Who was the one who ran down the field and almost didn't even fucking make it to the end zone?
Christian.
Yeah, he was a big boy.
And the 95 national
by the time he got there, he was almost all the way out. They had to just drag him into the end zone. That was great, but I'm glad we fucking scored. Was that Orange Bowl?
No, that was the 95 national championship game.
Was it? Because he was trying to run. He was giving all his Jesus to it. And just get to the end.
And it was called dead already. He did that just for GP.
No way.
Yeah.
Thought he fucking scored. I don't know.
No, it was rang dead. Yep. So that was all for nothing.
Shh.
Yeah.
Poor big fella.
Yeah. Speaking
watching-
of poor fellas,
I was watching Adam Carricker today, and that guy's so freaking good on his podcast.
yeah, I love Adam Carricker.
And by the time his thought was, by the time we play Ohio State, we should not, if things keep going like they are, we should not have lost a game.
So yeah,
And-
that's what.
And at that time, if we don't lose any games until the Ohio State game, we're going to be ranked somewhere around 15 or 16.
Yeah, but then it comes the Ohio State game.
But you got to think, these other teams, if they don't, these other teams that are ranked better than us, if they lose, then that's a whole different story.
Well, they're bound to lose because they play each other.
So, I mean, it's going to be freaking interesting to see what happens, man.
Oh, it's going to get wild.
I'm telling you.
The dynamics of college football right now with the 12-team playoff,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna change a lot of things. It's gonna change a lot of things.
You could finish fourth in the Big Ten and still make the playoffs.
Yep. You win 8 games and be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Still get some.
Yep.
And who knows
6
how you
games.
run in the playoffs? You might start running solid in the playoffs. Just
woo, 6 games get you in a bowl. 8 games get you in a playoff.
good math. There you go. Oh yeah. That's what's up.
And I got us winning 10 games.
All right. Well,
Prediction time.
prediction time.
Who was closest in the
This
Colorado
was a
game?
CU.
I
had 39-40. I had Randy at 21-38, and Albert 27-35. Because we didn't keep score for the UTEP game.
Yeah, that was just yeah.
Yeah.
So here's my prediction.
Whip out my pen. Hold on. Let me whip it out for you, all bitches. All right, what's your prediction for Randy? Lead it off.
My prediction is 14-45.
And we're at home, so 14-45.
Big Red. We're gonna have a coming out party.
Coming all over. What do you got, Bert?
48-7.
Us?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then I guess I'll cut in the middle with you guys. I'll go 17-35. We got 35. They got 17. You went 14-45, 7-48, so I went 17-35. I just tried to play the gamble in the middle.
Yeah.
But so whoever's closer,
It's bound to be one of us.
but what for the first game though? What was the final of CU score? 28-10?
28-10.
28-10.
So who had the farthest gap? 39-40. I had a 1-point gap. 21-38. Huge gap.
17.
17. And then 27-35.
We won by 16.
So
Or no,
20
18.
Won by 18. So yours would be the winner, right?
I think so.
Yep. Well, Randy's got one win. I'm just going to circle him. Figure it out. But yeah, 17-35 me, 14-45 Randy, 7-48 Northern Iowa for Albert.
So let's go over a couple stats here.
Busting you balls.
So Shiloh Sanders had -8 carries. We'll call them carries because that's what they have it here, rushing. 8 carries for -30 yards. They only had
sacks?
They had 5 sacks in that game.
How do they know what the plays are? That's what weirds me out.
Well, they count a sack as a rushing attempt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What?
Their total rushing yards was 16.
Like that? Yeah, that's dude.
That's the shirt.
16 rushing yards in 4 quarters of ball, and you took your first string out at the end of the third quarter. Well, before the third quarter ended.
That's the shirts right there. 100%
Domination.
black
Dude.
shirt.
That's freaking crazy.
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch. And is it me? We all know the clock runs faster now. It's a running clock.
And then there's clock management. A lot of clock management.
Yes.
Because look at Phillip Rivers, Peyton Manning games, dude. Those are the shortest games you've ever seen because they don't stop clock. They run everything at the 1 second, 3 second, 2 second, and they never ever stop clock.
That's another difference than last year.
Is our clock management, and Rule is an
Big
NFL
time.
guy, and clock management is something huge that he deals with Raiola. Clock management
and utilizing timeouts. He did a pretty good job. The first game was kind of iffy against UTEP, which we really didn't need to use any for the most part. But I think we used two or three the whole game against Colorado.
Yeah. What were you saying, Albert? I talked over you. Sorry, brother.
I don't remember now. My bad.
Oh.
But I really want to give a shout out to the defense.
Oh yeah.
Those dudes, I mean,
dogs.
We thought they were good last year.
Well,
it's a whole different show this year.
Hey, slow it down. That's projected, man. That's projected. We're only 2-0.
It don't matter.
We got a long ways to go.
We lose the rest of the games we've played.
We got a long way to go.
Here's why I think our defense is better this year is because our offense can move the ball.
Yeah. And the defense is not stuck out there the whole, all the game because the offense can't get nothing going.
Raiola called it complimentary football. The defense is out there being able to do what they did, and we were able to keep the ball on the field for a while while they were resting, and we played very well complimentary football between offense and defense.
The guy has the mentality of a quarterback.
Who?
Raiola. He
running back?
has it.
No.
I know. I was just joking. I was just busting his balls.
He has it.
Well, I mean, he's been studying football since he was 7 years old. His dad was teaching him pass protection when he was 7. He goes, I didn't know what it meant, but now I do.
And like Mahomes told him, be ready. Always be ready. Always be ready. Always be ready. Get everything you need and be ready.
I don't know how he doesn't just geek out, man. Watching that. Shout out to Will Compton on these pregame pump-ups he does for home games.
If we go all the way to the top, Will Compton is riding that son of a bitch like a fucking unicorn.
Oh my God. I tell you, that gets my freaking blood boiling and goosebumps and all kinds of just,
He kills it.
Raiola said in an interview
that
Mahomes told him during football season, there's no such thing as a day off.
Oh, even off season, there's no day off.
Well, especially during football season.
Yeah. There isn't. You're always on. You ain't never going to be a Manning, a Brady, a Mahomes if you take days off. You just don't get that.
From what I've seen already, this guy's going to be somebody.
He's special. He's a generational quarterback. And I watched some. I think it was on YouTube about how he prepares for the week, and they do the ice bath. They do the ice bath thing.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah, that's huge now.
And they go, "How do you deal with the ice bath?" He goes, "I watch game film." He's watching game film while he's recovering.
It's a distraction. You got to get your mind off it. It's all mental. It's all mental. All mental.
And I'm thinking,
look at Joe Rogan's face when he does it.
Yeah. I'm thinking to myself, that is next level shit. That is next level shit.
That's training like a UFC champion, Sugar Sean O'Malley. Ice bath every morning, ice bath every night, all the time. Ice baths are what all the premier athletes are doing now. Do you know the facilities that those SOBs have now because of likes of Sue and stuff like that put all these amenities for all these teams to be 2024 athletes? And you never know. I don't know what Ohio State's packing over there in their shorts, but look at what we're packing over here. Yeah, we got a huge gym with huge amenities and everything like that. I'm sure they're doing pretty good for themselves, but you have everything you need to be a great champion on this campus.
Well, they say it's like 20,000 square feet training facility.
Have you ever been in there?
I was in the old one, not the new one. I've been in the old one.
Yeah, it's freaking wild, man. That tour is pretty crazy, dude. Especially there's a whole indoor field on the side of the gym. There's a pool, everything.
I love it. I love it. I love seeing Nebraska. I don't want to say we're back yet because I want to see how we handle Big Ten adversary. Yeah, that too. Against like Illinois. I want to see how we do against Illinois, and then I'm gonna either buy all in or be kind of okay. That was a reality check. As of right now, I'm 1,000,000,000% bought in on this team because it just feels different.
It does. I agree. I agree with you. I'm not looking at Illinois right now. I'm looking at Northern Iowa. Because, like they say, day by day, game by game. We'll look at Illinois. We'll look at Illinois next week. This week, we're looking at Northern Iowa.
And Illinois is on a Friday night. It's a Friday night game.
Yeah, that's 7:00. Friday, September 20th.
Honestly, as a closeout, we've always looked at Nebraska as Nebraska. We always have, because we're Nebraska fans. We've always dug deep and wanted it to happen. Still packed out that stadium, wanted it to happen. But now, the lights are shining brighter because we have brighter stars. We have a coach up and coming. We got Raiola. We got our black shirts. Now people are looking at us. We're still the same people we were the last time when they weren't looking at us. Now they're looking at us. Now they're saying different things about us. And now it's time for us to step up and start giving them a reason to keep on looking at us because they're all talking about us. Because Nebraska is Nebraska. We've been here the whole damn time. Don't call it a comeback, bitch. We've been here the whole time. Yeah, we're right here. We're fucking Nebraska. We're going to fucking get some. And I hope that we go undefeated until Ohio State. It's a ballsy thing to say, but I'm 100% bought in like you guys are. Undefeated to Ohio State, 100%. And then what happens there, happens there. That's going to be a dogfight. And so is USC at USC.
As long as we play our best.
That's
all you can give. We've gone to Ohio State with a shitty team and almost pushed them over.
Well, and then I heard today, and not just on one podcast, because I'm going to tell you, during football season, I'm a freaking damn Husker nerd. I want to listen to everything they're saying about the Huskers. I don't care if it's Connor Hayden or Corn Craze. I don't care if it's John from Corn Nation, Adam Carricker. I listen to all of them. Almost got thrown out the house a couple times already this year, and there's only 2 games played because of listening to too much Husker shit. But anyway, Ohio State is not playing now, just 2 games, but Ohio State's not playing up to par what everybody thought they were going to be playing yet.
Either are we.
It's a double-edged sword.
I
think.
You know what?
I think we have a chance.
Ohio State's headed that way. See ya. They're headed this way. See ya. We're headed this way. Let's go.
I'm starting to think maybe we got a freaking chance of beating Ohio State.
I think we do.
We got a chance of beating every team on this freaking
I think
schedule.
repetitions on the field are important.
With Raiola, with the offensive line, with the defensive line, and Matt Rule, we always have a chance.
But all we're going to do is get more repetitions through these games and everything like that, and we're going to start to feel each other out. And come on now, every game you just get closer and closer to your wide receiver. Your timing gets better. Your timing through practice, more and more in practice. So now you're going 4 games into the practice, throwing to the same guys, running the same ball, figuring out what's going to work better against better people on tape. It's all going to change. And what we have to do is we have to stay Matt Rule steady and make sure that he does everything right and Raiola gets his job done. I don't listen to the noise around anybody else. I just want to see what we're going to do. Oh, Ohio State lost? Oh, cool. Oh, Ohio State killed this team? Oh, cool. We all know who the big teams are. We all know where we're headed.
But we've always been blue blood. Always been blue blood.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Work team. Always hard-working team. That's what we are. We're always going to be Nebraska.
Yes, and I love that.
And we will be here for the whole time. No matter what they say, no matter what they say over in Ohio, what they say on the television, what they say on the radio, what all your friends say on your podcast friends, Albert, we're always going to be Nebraska. And we're going to be right here ready for it. And
Yes,
so
sir.
if this is our year to be able to march down the street, then this is our year. But I think we have a very good year coming ahead of us. I really do. And we'll always be Nebraska, no matter what.
Right.
Go Shirts!
Go to Bones.
Go Shirts!